They have a shield. They want to use it in combat. Next, map keys. Press one key, whichever one it is, whether it's number 0, number 9, doesn't matter. Press whatever key it's on. If it's 2, if it's Alt 0, press Alt 0. There you go. Or Control 0, sorry. Press OK. It'll save your buff and it'll show it. Heals. Important for a healing class, obviously. We're going to add one. The name of the heal, the action point cost. Action point only cost only applies to 4 characters. Rune Priest, Archmage, Shaman, and Zealot. Warrior Priest and DOK use Essence and Righteous Fury. So this really won't apply for a Warrior Priest, so you don't need to set it. Minimum range 0, obviously you can heal at any range. Max range, very important. If your max range on a heal has 65 feet, you don't want to try to heal a target that's 85 feet out when you're doing RVR. So you want to set your max range on your heal. Cast time. Instance, obviously 0. Channeled, however long it is for the channel. Cast time, if it's 3 seconds, whatever. Cooldown duration. This is important. Let's say you have a hot, but you don't want to hot you over and over and over again. You want to have a cooldown on it. Usually the time that it takes for the hot to end, 16 seconds, so you'd put 16 seconds. Pretty simple. Heal at percentage. This is important. You want to probably put your first heal at about 80%, or you can put it lower, it doesn't matter. The heal type. This is a single target heal, direct heal, group hot. Pretty simple there. I mean, a hot is a heal over time, which ticks for a certain amount of healing percentage over a time frame. Map keys, same as before. Whatever key it is, press the little keyboard. If it's multiple, up the number. If it's just one, just leave it the same. Press it. Number 5, whatever. Press OK. Press OK again, and you'll close out of it. Potions. Hey, same thing as before. Just map the key and what percent you want to use it at. Looting, gathering. So many posts on how to loot and gather correctly. These are the ones I use. I have a 90+ gather and loot rate. I use 50% wide, 50% high. It's a fairly large screen of mine, so I loot a large percentage. The speed, 500%. Your mouse is going to fly across the screen with this. However, if you have a fast computer, you're going to scan at every tick, or hopefully every tick. I've noticed that it'll miss some. Seems to be like a little U around your character that it misses. You'll see what I mean if you bought enough. 10 pixels per tick for the X. So every 10 pixels it's gonna scan, but it's gonna do it fast enough where it's not a problem. The Y tick, this is big enough so you don't have a long scan time. You can lower it, it'll be a little slower to scan if you're really looking for loot, but it doesn't matter. Put it at these settings, 50, 50, 500, 10, and 45. If you want to scavenge or butcher afterwards, make sure this gather, scavenge after fights is checked. If you don't want to do either, loot or scavenge, just uncheck and you won't loot or scavenge, you'll just keep botting. Keep fighting, keep killing mobs, grind that XP up. Obviously that's what you're here for. Alerts and protection. Very important. Very, very important. You need to have 2 minimum that I say. CSR and tells. Tells. If anyone sends you a message, it'll say John Doe tells you, and your bot will stop. It can be a problem if you have some friends and they send you messages. However, you'll stop. CSR. If anyone is talking about a CSR in region, hey, appeal, what's his name, get a CSR. You'll stop immediately. The next one, player detection. Very important if you're in a highly populated area and in a low populated area. You don't want Joe Bob following you around for 10 minutes watching you doing the same spells over and over again. So you'll set use player detection. You can do alarm only or sound alarm and turn off bot. When you're botting, it's a good idea to have your speakers turned on. That way you can hear it. But if you're sleeping, turn off your speakers and you'll just turn off the bot when it happens. Player within distance. Remember, this is 12 times the actual meter distance. They actually represented it in a unit. It's about 12 units to a meter. I don't know exactly. Tried figuring this out in beta and I was having problems, but it looks like Jack figured it out. And how many minutes they want to follow, or you want them to follow you. Below 10 is good. 3 to 5 minutes is probably best, but in a high populated area, 10 is probably good. Advanced options, you want to leave this at default. Unless you're having problems with a mob running around you and you're just doing the whole dance and spinning around each other, you may want to turn this turn speed up a little higher. RBR scenario, we won't go into this right now. Oh, hey, Laisha logged on. And it's pretty simple. You'll have to set the Q button, the right arrow, the left arrow. Oh, it looks like we just have the right arrow. The join queue, cancel button, things like that. The paths, we won't go into that, but it's fairly simple. So we'll go ahead and close out of here. Hopefully I have everything set right. If I don't have everything set right, we'll have one of three windows pop. An update window for Macrogoblin or Wargoblin. A, you need to set your log directory, or A, you need to set your macro. So we're going to go ahead and press F6 up here. There we go. I didn't get any errors, sorry. So we're going to go PvE path from the beginning. And now the bot will run. It'll run around and kill everything. So we'll do just a little quick snippet.